okay, boys, today? Harry was sick in the night. Okay. Are your lips sore from snogging under the mistletoe?
Oh, yes.
Are they? No longer able to get into those trousers that fitted fine before Christmas? No. Maybe you need to look beyond the material and make the decision to join our religion.
Join our religion.
I'd just like to say to people who call in, the reason the questions sound unusually shallow for this show is that normally this is join our club, and they've done exactly the same questions, substituting the word club for religion. OK. It's time to hear about another of the world's beliefs, directly from the believers themselves. Would you please welcome Inderjit Singh, Rema Wasan and Balvinder Wasan. OK, first of all, Rema, what is the name of your religion, and can you prove you are who you say you are?
Well, it's Sikhism, and I could prove it by telling you the opening line of our holy book. It's Ik Onkar Satnam, which means there is one God, the truth.
One God, the truth. How about that?
Very good.
OK. Balvinder, how much does it cost to join, and what do you get for your money?
It costs nothing to join, financially, but morally and spiritually, it's quite a large commitment. We believe in a lot of devotion to the community, service to the community rather, and respect for other religions, respect for other people, all other races, and instance when it was first developed in India, respect for women. So everyone is equal, and we spend our lives practicing that.
OK. There are two basic questions I always have to ask. First of all, who do you worship? And that question, Inderjit.
Yes, we worship one God. Often it's asked, who is your God? We say there is only one God of Christians, Jews, Hindus, Muslims, everyone. The one God that is common to all religions.
OK. What happens when you die? I know it seems like a big question to ask on a shallow early morning breakfast show. Rema.
Well, first of all, we're told not to speculate because we just don't know. But we can be rest assured that it's up to God, and therefore it's going to be a fair system. We don't really believe in heaven and hell, but we believe in some form of life after death, some sort of afterlife. But we shouldn't be obsessed with scoring brownie points in this life. Lead a good life, and it's up to God what happens after that.
Did you hear that, Ben? Where's Ben? Where's Ben? Because there's a man who's obsessed with scoring brownie points. Doesn't earn him anything down here. It's not going to earn him... Or you, Fielder. Yeah? See? Irrelevant, mate. Can I just ask you, these are key things I know because the crew always badger me afterwards. Are you allowed to drink?
Drink, drugs...
well, I didn't say drugs. You're broadening it out, you've seen the look in their eyes and you've interpreted it correctly.
It's all put in the same light. Anything that lowers your ability to be active in life is not forbidden. We don't forbid anything. What we say is you should not.
I tell you what, I'm not being funny. It sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. it's like, wait a second, where's this religion been hiding?
Yeah, well...
OK. Let's have a look at the slides, because we love a slideshow. We love a slideshow. OK, well, that looks absolutely beautiful. What is that, please?
That's the Golden Temple in Amritsar in the Punjab in northern India.
All right. Bhangra country.
Indeed. And it's one of the sacred places of worship for the Sikhs. And if you look on it, you can see doors. There's actually 4 doors on each side, and that's to welcome people from all corners of the earth, all over, and anyone can go inside and listen to prayer and worship.
Do you know, you're converting them by the second over here. OK, let's see the next slide. Here we go. OK, what's going on here?
Yes, here the man is reading the Guru Granth Sahib. That is our holy book, and that is central. That is our living guidance.
Right.
We always refer to that. The book, unusually, not only contains the writings of the Sikh gurus, but also the Guru Arjan, the 5th guru who compiled the book, included writings of Hindu and Muslim saints, again to show, as Rima said, that no one religion has a monopoly of truth.
OK. Can I ask you, what are the... You all, I notice Sikhs I've met before always wear a bracelet. What is the bracelet symbol?
We wear some symbols like this just to show identity, to stand up for our beliefs. You have the Salvation Army saying this is what we stand for. No, or any other uniform. This is something, it doesn't make us any more holy, the turban doesn't, the beard doesn't.
But you don't cut your hair at all?
We don't. But if we go into some place of disrepute with wearing, as in this garb, then that brings disrespect to the religion. And
Okay.
so we're supposed to be that much more careful.
Okay, but you don't cut your hair at all?
We don't.
So underneath there is a big...
His might be, but as you get older, it gets a bit thinner. as
Okay.
well.
Why is that? I mean, why do you not cut your hair? What's the sort of principle? What is that?
Well, originally it was people who were saintly kept long hair in India. We tried to be saintly, saint soldiers, we're called.
Okay.
A comb to remind us that the cleanliness is also important, not of just the hair, but of the body generally.
Where's that sound man who was around earlier? Okay. Let's have the next slide. Here we go. Sorry about that, lads. Sorry, lads. Different lecture. Let's have the next one. Sorry, I don't know how that snuck in. Here we go. What's happening here, please? Is this a wedding, by any chance?
Yeah,
Oh, I can just...
This is my wedding, which was a happy day for me anyway. And,
You got to respect that.
Trained her well.
Nice.
we're walking...
Some of that liberal quality you're talking about.
Too much
Doesn't
respect.
see the wonderful understanding you have for women. Words like trained. Boy, that's coming across the cultures. Okay. So how long's the ceremony?
Well, the ceremony itself is quite short. It's the speeches that people make afterwards that lengthen
the
it.
wedding night that takes so speeches take a long time, but it's a whole day of celebration.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, listen, thank you very much at all. Just have the lights back up, please. Yeah. Lights back up. Lights. Do you know what? It's been lovely to have you on the show this morning. Inderjit, Rama, Balvinda, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, join our religion. Right, it's always odd coming out of this slot, isn't it? It's always an odd segue, isn't it? But the segue we're going in today is Samuel L. Jackson in The Sizzler. He is unbreakable.
Unbreakable hits cinemas today. It's the new film from M. Night Shyamalan, the man behind The Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis is the only survivor of a train crash, and Samuel L. Jackson's the comic shop owner, telling him he might be a superhero.
I have genetic disorder. It makes my bones very easy to break. If there is someone like me in the world, and I'm at one end of the spectrum, couldn't there be someone else, the opposite of me at the other end?
Jackson's bone condition means the children call him Mr. Glass, but he's used to cruel nicknames.
See, when I was growing up, you accepted your nickname according to whatever people said, because that was your identity. I mean, there were kids in my neighborhood that had, you know, polio, and they kind of wore a brace, and they were called, you know, hip-hop. You know, and a kid who had, you know, one eye was, you know, Cyclops. It was just that simple.
And there's another aspect of Jackson's appearance that has to be mentioned.
I know what's going through your mind right now.
Yes, that ludicrous haircut.
Oh, hey, I have nothing to do with that. It was totally a M. Night Shyamalan decision. He sent me a picture of it, said, "This is what you're going to look like." I went, okay. Because I don't have a problem with hair, you know. The more bizarre, the better. I'm down with it.
And Jackson didn't have to swat up at all to play a comic book expert.
When I was a kid, I owned, I don't know, hundreds of comics, you know, because I collected comics then, and I went off to college, my mom threw all my comics away. So I had some very valuable, like, Spider-Man, Daredevil comics that she lost. Now, I have about 4,000 comics.
Make that 4,003, because our Christmas gift to Samuel L. Jackson's 3 festive British comics. Firstly, newcomer TV tie-in Bob the Builder.
Get out of here. Okay. Bob the Builder. Oh, that's a toy book. Okay. Nah.
All-time British classic, The Beano.
Oh, that might work. Okay. This comic cooler than a snowman's toes. Hoo-hoo.
And adult Root Fest, Viz.
Hey, I like that. Some violence. Look at that. A knocked out man with a big X on his head. That's how I always like to see, you know, comics. The old time, you know, birds flying around the head, you know, X's in the eyes, and you know they're really out. That's when you know they're out. I'd go with Viz 105 as maybe not even a movie, but a really good, you know, cable series, so you could keep all the violence in it and it could be graphic.
But before then, it's likely Samuel will make the follow-up to Unbreakable. The film's being billed as the first part of a trilogy.
I think if I come back, I'd get a haircut. Nah, I'll be really cool. I'd be really happy to do it again. It'd be fun.